Snoop Dogg got a Madden lead. His team is off the hook and you...
From the second largest city in the U.S., Los Angeles, California, we've got football as EA Sports coverage of the NFL is on the air. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cleveland Browns and the Los Angeles Rams. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25.
Mike. 53, Mike. Silver. Watch the center.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because when they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And now a hook up downfield on second down. Touchdown, LA! J.J. Arcega-Whiteside with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point safely through, and it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
Let's go. 60-or. 59. Mike to 59. Hey, let's get that ball here. Let's get that ball right here.
They begin with a run by Smith. He's got a first down past the 30. And he's going to get this to the 40-yard line. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that, the nickel look. 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then? You take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little. And oftentimes you can run the football effectively against that defense.
Now Chubb on first down, able to work his way forward for about 5. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
30 base. You got block me. 59 Mike. Check.
Off play action. McFarland. That's taken in by Callaway. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A gain there of 30 big ones.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. A first down carry for Smith. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. They keep it with Smith on first down. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Tremont Smith, his 9th touchdown of the season, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. So now the Browns, they're going to line up and go for 2. Here's Chubb to try to run it in. And he'll get in. And they take an 8-7 lead. Well, they got down 7-zip. They said, we'll go for 2, one up you, and they take the lead.
How about that for a little risk-reward, right? If you don't get it, you're only down a point. Let's go ahead and make a statement in this ball game, and that's exactly what they did.
And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. He's got daylight. 30. Touchdown, LA. Ezekiel Elliott with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Rams are going to jump. Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. And this fake extra point attempt failed big time. Not only did they not get it, they went backwards. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the number one thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action, now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. He would have kissed it on the ground.
And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Back to throw. McFarland. Open target here, Darius Slayton. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a 1st down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Odell Beckham Jr. And he's in for the score, and his spectacular season continues as he ties the NFL touchdown record.
He is phenomenal.
The electric OBJ, the short reception, and then he did the rest of the work himself.
You know, there's a thing that the players always talk about, the coaches in the league, they call it play speed. Because, you know, we have that time speed when we're running the 40s at the combine and, you know, at pro days and all of that. But play speed is different. And OBJ's play speed is some of the best in the league. In other words, when he has the ball in his hands or he's running a route, he runs it just a little bit harder than most people, and oftentimes you come up wrong on your angles trying to tackle him.
Come on, man. Let's go.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive.
I'm coming for you, son.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. He's got a man complete. That one goes for 30 yards. It's a great throw right there and really showed a lot of confidence in his receiver.
He certainly did. Ball was in the air a long time, but he counted on the adjustment that we saw near the end of the play. As that ball was descending, who was going to come down with it? He counted on his guy, and he gambled correctly.
A 1st down carry by Elliott. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Past the 20. Oh, now he bowls him over. And all the way down to the 7-yard line. A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Now Elliott. And they'll They'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
He's already scored once. He definitely had his eyes wide open trying to get in there a second time, but I thought that was a really nice play defensively to deny him.
Yeah, it was, as you said, keeping him away from his second first-quarter touchdown there. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. So backed up to the 6 now. 3rd and goal. Allen. Dancing to his left. He can run for it, and he will. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and we are all tied at 16 apiece. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
The Browns drive about to get started. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well. And
he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. On the carry, here's Smith. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. Looking to throw on 2nd down. McFarland. And he's got this one complete to Callaway. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 25-yard line. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. They give the Chubb out of the gun. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now it's the backup Mayfield, letting one go deep for the end zone. And that is caught, and the record is his. It's a touchdown. Now the Browns offense will stay on the field as they'll go for 2 here. They're going to keep it on the ground, and he'll get into the end zone. That gives his guys an 8-point lead. And so they run it in on the 2-point try. You know, so often, Charles, we talk about, from the offense's perspective, what you do on the 2-point conversion. How about the defense? How do they play run versus pass?
It's really difficult for them because I think most teams want to play for the pass. That's what they see most teams do. And so are you able to mass enough people inside if the team decides to run it? Very difficult. I think what you're seeing a lot more now, people blitzing the 2-point conversion. They want you to make a quick decision and make it right now.
There, the offense wins the battle for 2. They'll start the drive with Elliott. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say 200-plus? But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he is not going to get the first down as they'll spot this at about the 28. Now it appears we're going to get whistles and a stop, a man down on the return. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. They do go for it. Here's Allen. Got his man. It's Arcega-Whiteside. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
He's checking.
On 1st and 10 is Connor. And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. That's a gain of 13, first down Rams.
Under 10. Check 99, check 24, check 24. Bang. 56. 36.
On first down, Connor. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
22, go.
From midfield, here's Allen. That's complete to Arcega-Whiteside. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 26. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. 10th carry now for Elliott. A little second effort there on the strong run. And then drop just inside of the 20. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Throwing now is Allen. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown Rams. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half, as his guys have cut the lead down to 2. A little surprising they wouldn't go for 2, but this is up and good, and this is now a 1-point game. So we're back to a 1-point game now as the kickoff comes.
We got this.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Ready.
The Browns drive about to get started. The ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
That's going to go as a loss of 7, and it'll set them back for 2nd down. Now a throw for the left sideline, and he's got it. The Browns will quickly use their third and final timeout, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
Go now. 91. Hey, tight down. There you go. Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Let's put him on the back.
On 1st and 10, McFarland. And Callaway taking it in left side.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down. So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8.
Come on, set. Hey, Zoo. 60 or.
Mike spot 9.
Off the play fake. McFarland. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Rock Ya-Sin. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll work this back to right around the line of scrimmage and surrender there. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
Let's fight it! Hey, we got Mike, number 50.
Allen from the gun on 3rd down. Got a man, it's Arcega-Whiteside. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion. Throwing on 1st down is Allen. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. In for the sack, Myles Garrett. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. They don't want to repeat a 1st down. They'll keep it on the ground. So we've reached halftime here on New Year's Eve as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Tackle there by Leighton Vander Esch.
when we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
On second down, it's Smith. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup. They'll run it here with Smith. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Ram territory. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. A run for Nick Chubb. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. A lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down.
It's our field. It's our field. Point it right. He's coming. Double up.
Mayfield on first down. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. To throw, it's Allen. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down L.A. They'll run on first down. Elliott, and a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
Number 53. Mike 53. All day, dog.
They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Now a play fake here on first down. And this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Stats and when we see guys like that make that type of a catch, not fair goes through my brain. That size, that speed, and now they're acting like wide receivers too.
Yeah, tight end one-handed catches. They're kind of like wide receiver one-handed catches nowadays.
Just not right.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. Quarterback was hit.
Only 2 yards on the carry. That's going to set up a 3rd and long, 3rd and 15 to be exact.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
Alert!
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. He's got his man. It's Williams. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark it down at the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12.
Hey, Haywood! Switch up, switch up! 53 is the mic. 53 is the mic. Middle. Here we go. 53 is the mic. 53, check. Go, go. Push him back. Push him back.
Now Allen. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside with his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 15 on the year. And the Rams are once again going to retake the lead.
Hey, let's go. 951, 951. Come on.
From the gun, it's Allen. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack.
But they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Browns drive about to get started. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Here's a 2nd and 7. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Recon, 152 fighter.
And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Back now in Los Angeles. It's the Browns with a deficit. They're trailing, but with the football here to start the 4th.
Ready? Hands to stop. Greystone, grab it. Here we go.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. They run again on 1st down, Chubb. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
At the 41-yard line.
180! 59! Watch the run, watch the run!
Trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. The Rams calling on their nickel set here defensively for 3rd down. Operating from the gun. McFarland, he'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. On 4th down, McFarland. He finds Beckham complete. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland 1st down. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
They'll run with Chubb. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. On the carry, it's Chubb. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. From 6 yards away, as his guys are able to regain the lead.
And that third counter there gives them the lead, and it's obvious they've needed everything that he's given them today. The 3 touchdowns, that's impressive, but without him, they're not winning this game.
And make them 4 for 4 now on 2-point conversions as he'll take this one in for the score. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. They start on the ground with Elliott. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
A 20th carry here for Elliott. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, but sometimes the other guys make a play against you. What's that expression they like to use in the NFL? Those guys get paid too, you know.
Yeah, in college they say, hey, they're on scholarship too. In the NFL, they're getting paid too. With the day he's had, you can have one going the wrong direction. Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. Remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
On 1st down, it's Smith. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a 1st down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. He's got the 1st down here inside the 30. They give him a gain of 37. I'm assuming they're keeping this football on the ground, right?
I would think so, because you're looking at the clock. That's in your favor. You look at the geography of the field, right? Where you are, that's in your favor as well. Keep it on the ground. Keep pounding. Run that clock down. You got everything working in your direction.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. He was trying to go back to Beckham there, but now it's 3rd and goal. They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. On the run, it's Smith. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Tremont Smith. His 10th touchdown of the season, second of the game. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Hopkins with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try.
Let go. Like 319. Check the out, check the out, check the out. Mike 22 is coming, 22 is coming. Mike, we go.
To throw is Allen. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Myles Garrett in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
On second down now, it's Elliott. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on third down. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Again, it's Elliott. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Allen going to go on 4th down. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Eric Murray. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Hey, Charlie.
Well, the lead late in the 4th, but Mayfield's going to throw it. And his throw here is incomplete.
One of the best routes, one of the favorite routes of any play caller. He just ran now a nice little angle route. That's supposed to be a catch, and usually it is, and the running back dropped it.
Yeah, I mean, he's a running back, but he's got hands. He should have caught it.
54, right there, right there.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside.
54, Mike.
Looking to throw. McFarland. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And incomplete. Almost intercepted. Had a great shot of picking that off in the end zone. And now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
Here we go.
On the NFL scoreboard, they are in the 4th now in Carson. The Chargers have just scored to take the lead over the Raiders. Back to throw. McFarland. A victory there would mean their 6th on the year. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17. Mayfield. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. He was trying to go back to Beckham there, but it'll be 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
X3, 218.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Charles, in this one, I think the storyline really, the 4th quarter, coming into it neck and neck, but they were able to separate, put their foot on the gas, and get the win.
And since you mentioned neck and neck, I'm going to stay with a little bit of a horse racing theme. It was that close, and then really went into the gallop and finished it strong.
One more horse racing theme.
Go.
I am glad you posted today.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So for Cleveland, a final win here means they'll finish at 14-2. And now they'll have the week off as they get set to go after a Super Bowl title. Meanwhile, for Los Angeles, it'll be a 10-loss season as they wrap up 6-10. And I think you have to say, ultimately, this was a team that really underachieved. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.